What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Fit Ones Weekly podcast. I'm excited to have you join me today for this week's episode. If you have been a long-time listener and you haven't already hit that subscribe button, what the heck are you waiting for? It really does make a really big difference in the podcast and how people are able to find this show. And then if you are new, welcome. I hope that you go back and listen to previous episodes and continue to come back for future episodes. And of course, the best way to do that is also to make sure to subscribe so you get that notification of when new shows come out. But in today's show, we're gonna have a little bit of fun. I recently found an article with a 4-exercise circuit that is supposed to just be an amazing workout. And I thought that it would be fun to go through it as a trainer with over 18 years of experience and break it down, what I like about the workout, what I don't, and kind of give you guys some insight when it comes to creating your own workouts, if that's something that you do, so you know what to look for. And on top of that, I also want to talk about embracing the suck. I talked about this on my Friday podcast, so if you only watch this on YouTube, if you missed out, I'm going through a little bit of some stuff with my own personal fitness. I'm overcoming an injury and I've needed to slow down and really look inside of myself and accept the fact that I pushed my body a little bit too hard, that I'm in this position because of my own personal issues with exercise and exercise addiction and overtraining, which is fine. Go listen to that episode. I talk more about it and why actually I think that makes me a better trainer because it helps me to relate a lot better to the people that I am trying to help. But with that, it means that I am taking a step back when it comes to my own fitness and just changing what I am doing. Instead of waking up 3 times a week and going for a 2-hour walk, what used to be a run, but I have backed it off into a walk, but I haven't been able to run for about 3 to 4 months now, and it's tearing me up. And so I was like, well, what can I do? And so I've started looking towards having new goals. For years, I've talked about getting better at handstands, getting better at my gymnastic skills, getting better at parallettes. But the problem with that was that on top of my own fitness when it comes to running and then doing my workouts for Fit Women's Weekly Live, shout out Fit Women's Weekly Live. If you want to work out with me, go to fitwomensweekly.com to learn how you can try it out for free. But with that, I just wasn't making it a priority to fit in those other things. So they just kind of sat on the back burner. And my husband was always like, oh my gosh, you have said for years you want to get better at these things. How much better are you? I wasn't better at all. So I've taken that as an opportunity during this time to heal, to say, okay, I'm finally going to dedicate focused time to these things. And what I've realized is that one of the other reasons that I haven't given time to those things is because it's boring and it sucks. But here's what you got to realize. In order to get better at anything or to learn a new skill, whether that's with fitness or just life, right? If you're in school and you're trying to learn something, learning things isn't always fun. However, the outcome is fun. To be able to look back over your journey and say, wow, I really dedicated my time. I really put a lot of effort into this and look where it got me. So last week was my first week getting out in my parking lot. I actually took our Rogue Parallette bars out into our parking lot in the morning when I would normally be running. I'm still filling my time with some sort of movement because remember, when it comes to injuries, it's not about what you can't do, it's about what you can do. And that's what I'm reminding myself. So I can get out there and learn these new skills, but it was boring. The first time I walked in and Dan looked at me and was like, how did it go? I'm like, oh, I guess it went okay, but it wasn't fun, right? And so it, of course, had that little part of my brain going, why am I doing this? I want to do stuff that is invigorating, that gives me that exercise high, that makes me feel like I'm really working towards something. But when you are first getting started and you are brand new at something, those brand new beginner actions are a lot of times boring, right? You're just getting down the fundamentals. You're learning how to move your body in a certain way that can help you with progress. So it's all about embracing the suck. And that's what I've been telling myself for the past week now. I have successfully knocked off 4 training sessions. Let's talk a little bit about embracing the suck and what you can do if you have a particular goal, but maybe getting started isn't fun, even though you know at the end that outcome goal that you have would be so worth it. What can you do to get through those that start, where you don't want to get started because it sucks. Number one is make it a habit, right? Have the discipline to say, this is what I want to accomplish, and this is just part of the journey, and you show up for yourself. Not every day might be fantastic, but you continue to do it, and then it kind of becomes less sucky over time. I know that's been the case with me, even over just these 4 workouts that I've been doing. Tip number 2 is to actually go into it with a plan. My first day, I had looked over a couple of YouTubes, but parallettes, it's like, okay, am I just supposed to hold an L sit for a couple of seconds? What am I supposed to do? And I didn't have a plan, and I just kind of went out there and wung it and held a couple of things, did a couple of push-ups, walked around a little bit, and I'm like, all right, now what? But my second workout, the night before, I actually did go through several different YouTube videos. I studied a lot of people that are in the gymnastics and the calisthenics space, looked over what their training programs look like, looked over what an exercise chunk is supposed to be versus a rest period. And then I actually wrote down a plan so that I went out there and I did it, and I came back up and I was like, that did not suck as bad, because I knew this is what I got to do, get it done, right? So have a plan for yourself. Number 3, have somebody that you can check in with, whether that is some sort of fitness partner of yours. Now, of course, I'm talking as if this is in the fitness space of your goal, but remember, embracing the suck can go for anything in your life that you're trying to become better at or you're new at. But find somebody that you can relate to, somebody that you can talk to, someone that can hold you accountable, or maybe even find yourself a mentor. For me, it's been really helpful to find a lot of people in the calisthenic world on social media, which, you know, social media has a bad rap, but sometimes it's actually a really beneficial space. So I'm having these people that I can look up to, that I can ask questions to. Also, I am personally blessed with a husband who is into the same things that I am. He has actually been into the calisthenic and the parallel world for quite a long time. So he has the upper hand. So I continuously am asking him questions. Oh, what is my body supposed to do here? Here's some video footage. Is this what it's supposed to look at? And by having someone to chat with, it helps, one, hold you more accountable, and also makes it more fun. It opens dialogue and helps you to grow in that interest, right? We love talking about things that we're interested in. So if you are becoming newly interested in a new hobby or a new sport, or you're learning something new in, I don't know, whatever world you're in right now, find somebody that you can talk to about that thing, because it will make it more fun for you and it makes it suck just a little bit less. And also, it gives you somebody that you can learn about their personal journey, and it helps you to realize it doesn't just suck for you. It kind of just sucks getting started for everybody. And then also, don't be afraid, this is the next part, to acknowledge the little gains. When you're first getting started at something, you're probably going to see gains a lot faster than if you've been doing something for a really long time, right? Because from one training experience to the next, you're learning new methods of ways to use your body, or you're learning new skills, and your body picks it up a little bit faster. So make a mental note to be aware of those gains and celebrate it. Every little milestone makes it a little bit more exciting to get to the endpoint that you're trying to get to. And so if you're like, well, Kindal, what's your endpoint with parallettes? My endpoint is to beat my husband when it comes to who can get a press to handstand the fastest. I only have the upper hand. Then he's been doing parallettes for a lot faster, or a lot longer, so his strength is already ahead of mine. However, I held the upper hand, and that I have a little bit better proprioception from my gymnastics background growing up, and I am better with balance than he is. So we're kind of on an even playing ground in a unique way. So yeah, that's my ultimate outcome for right now, is to work towards that press to handstand. And that is going to be a long journey. This is not going to be something that I'm going to get in a month or two, which takes me to the next tip. If you too are working towards something that you know is a big goal, set realistic expectations for yourself. Acknowledge the fact that it is going to take time, and sit with that. Don't give up on yourself because you don't hit that goal in a week, a month, or maybe even 6 months. It took me, I think, about 2 years to get my first muscle up. Now, I will say I was practicing all of the muscle up drills and just not getting it. And I saw one video actually with Shannon Miller. If you haven't watched my talk with Shannon Miller, go check it out. But I watched her explain a skill in a gymnastics studio. And I immediately was like, oh, and it just clicked and I was able to go in. But because I'd had those 2 years of strength before it, building up to that muscle up, it helped me use everything to be able to actually get it. So I'm kind of hoping that right now I'm learning my body and learning how to use the parallettes. But then once I kind of see enough and study enough, I'll be able to go, oh, that's how I'm supposed to utilize my body to get my hips up higher or to compress my body. So I can start getting towards that skill a little bit sooner. But I'm also setting realistic goals that this might be a multi-month, multi-year process. And I'm okay with that because it'll be even sweeter, which is the next reminder, is that think about how you will feel when it is done and continuously tell yourself that. I will look back if it takes me 6 months to get this and go, wow, I worked really hard for 6 months. That's pretty cool that I finally did this and I didn't give up on myself. Or if it takes 2 years, I'll be able to say, holy moly, it took me 2 years to get here, but I got here, and that will feel so sweet. So continuously remind yourself of that. And then finally, my final tip for embracing the suck is document the journey, whether that is through a fitness journal of some sort, which if you're watching this on YouTube, I keep journaled entries of all of my workouts. I literally have, I think I counted that I have 12 of these notebooks filled up. But I'm also documenting my parallel journey by taking video of every single time I do it. I look at the video footage the day that I'm doing it so that I can see what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I need to improve on. But then it's also going to help with the journey overall because as, you know, my 1 month check-in, I'll look back and go, wow, look at where I started. And then at my 2 month check-in, I'll look back and go, wow, look at how far I've progressed. Because sometimes when you're in the thick of it and you're just going through the motions, you don't realize how you're actually progressing. So take notes, whether that is actual physical notes or video footage or photographs, do it. Whatever helps you, go for it. But just know you're not alone. If you keep saying that you're trying to work towards something, but you just can't get started because it sucks, you just kind of have to go, it's going to suck and I'm going to do it anyway. So take a big deep breath, decide on what goal it is that you keep pushing off because the journey getting started isn't going to be very fun, and just get started. Once you get that ball rolling, it will get easier and it will suck a little bit less and less as you go. But just because something isn't fun at the beginning doesn't mean it's something that you should avoid. I feel like we live in a society nowadays where we want satisfaction every single time we do something, where sometimes that satisfaction is going to be delayed, and that's okay. So there you go. Take that however you want. Hopefully that helps you just finally take action on something, but also know that you're not alone. I am right there with you. I am embracing the suck. For me to have only made it through 4 workouts is still a success in and of itself. That is something that I am proud of because that's 4 more workouts with my parallettes than I would say that's probably 3 more workouts with my parallettes than I've ever done before because I've used them and then I've gone, I don't want to do this. This is boring. So go me and go you. Get it done, whatever it is that you want. All right. And then like I mentioned, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was workout analysis. And if this is something that you would like me to do more often, let me know. We can absolutely do this more often. So I found this workout on fitandwell.com where it says use this 4-move outdoor workout to build strength and endurance without any equipment. Boost your mood, improve your fitness, and increase your leg strength with this outdoor workout. Let's go over this real fast. And I am not saying anything, like this particular training session was from fitness trainer Moritz Summers, who sounds like an incredible trainer. They just talk about how outdoor workouts don't require any equipment. You can get creative with your surroundings and use things like a bench curb for jumping exercises. And then they always recommend lacing up your shoes, which they link that up to like an affiliate site of some sort. So yes, I agree. Every Saturday I work outside with my girlfriends. We don't make it about a progressive overload program. It is just about getting outside, training our body in more of a conditioning format, working on our overall fitness, our endurance, heart rate up, cardio, and that's to me what more workouts outside are more about. It's more about overall fitness than it is actually improving your strength, because remember, in order to get stronger, you have to focus on progressive overload, either increasing your reps or increasing your weight over time. So this workout is a park workout session, she calls it, 3 to 4 sets, which 3 to 4 rounds of box step-ups with a back lunge for 10 to 12 per side, which was, she was on a bleachers. So you take a lunge back, that back foot now comes forward, steps up on the bleacher, and you do a step up out of it. Step up with a back lunge for 10 to 12 reps, box jumps, 10 to 15 reps, knee tucks, which were lemon squeezes, and then a push-up with a knee drive for 8 to 10 reps. What do I love about this? I love that these are really big exercises. I love that you have that step up with the lunge to help with mobility. It's a great big compound exercise. You're gonna hurt your glutes, you're gonna hit up your hamstrings and your quads. I love box jumps. I think that plyometric exercises are something that is not done often enough. I think that they're touted more for athletic performance, but they really should be done for overall fitness. Plyometrics, jumping exercises, is a great way for us to continue to build our coordination, our overall fitness, and understand how our body moves, what's called proprioception. Had a brain fart there for a second. Knowing where your body is in space, which can help with balance, it can help with stability. So no matter your age, I think that plyometrics is something that, as long as your body allows, should be something that you absolutely incorporate. Now, one thing that I would say is that plyometrics is not for everybody, and box jumps are absolutely not for everybody. We do them from time to time in Fit Women's Weekly Live, but I will specifically say, if this is your first time doing box jumps, or you have any sort of nervousness to do box jumps, don't just start doing them in the middle of a workout, right? I feel like that is a skill, not feel like, I know. Box jumps are a skill that if it's something that you want to be able to add into your workouts, it's a skill that you should be doing outside of your workouts. So you should be spending time, a couple of days a week, trying to get that skill down so that when it shows up in a workout, you're not having to slow down, you're not having to second guess yourself, you're not cooling down from your workout because you're trying to give yourself a mental pep talk for 5 minutes, right? It's something to work on outside. So I'm not crazy about box jumps being in a generic workout saying that this is great for everybody. Instead, I would like to see something more like squat jacks or squat jumps. Plyometrics can absolutely be modified for all levels, but box jumps is not the best way or the best exercise to give a lot of modifications. Yes, you can start with a very, very low step, but even for some people, a low step, as much as an actual step or a curb, can also be a little intimidating. I've seen people try doing box jumps for their first time on a curb and slip off, and then they get nervous to do it again. So instead, I would suggest doing squat jumps or squat jacks. And even if that is too intense, practice just going into your squat and exploding up onto your toes as high as you can to build that confidence and still create power. And then knee tucks, lemon squeezes, that is a great core exercise. You're going to be using your abs, you're going to be using your transverse abdominals, and you're even going to be using your lower back as well with those. And then push up with a knee tuck. Again, a great core exercise. It's a decline push-up, so your feet are up on the bleacher as she's doing it with your hands on the ground. So again, kind of like the box jumps, push-ups in and of themselves can be very intense. So for a workout, again, that's marketed, like if I were to say this, I would be like, this is for an advanced level or a moderate level of fitness. But to say this is a workout for anybody can be a little misleading, because push-ups in and of themselves can be very hard, much less putting your feet up on the bleacher with your hands on the ground so that you're in that decline position, which means more weight is going to be shifted forward, making the push-up harder. So instead, I would probably say if you can't do these, because again, it is a great exercise, I would just give the modification of doing it turned around the other way so that your hands are on the bleachers, your feet are on the ground, and an incline push-up, which is a modified version, or then the second modification before going into the decline push-up would be to have just a normal push-up. Hands on the ground, feet on the ground, do your push-up. As you come out, do basically like a mountain climber. That's what that knee tuck is, where you're bringing your knee up towards your elbow while keeping a nice solid plank position, and then going back and forth between that. The other thing that I would say is that while this is a great workout for sure, again, I actually really do like this workout. Maybe I'll do a variation of it this weekend when I'm with my girlfriends and film it, and I'll share with you guys how it goes next week. I do want to say that this isn't necessarily a workout that I would do 3 times a week, right? This isn't necessarily a repeating workout, because if it's something that you are looking to get better at, you need to have some sort of way to know if you're getting better at it. So maybe if you do want to do this multiple times, you would time how fast you can do it with proper form, or you would need to decrease your rest period in between, which kind of goes back to just timing yourself, right? Kind of the same thing I just said. Or you would have to increase your reps from one period to the next in order to actually make it beneficial to where you're getting stronger. Are you going to get a great cardio pump from this? Yes. Are you going to get a great conditioning piece out of this? Absolutely. Are you going to get stronger? Most likely not, because one single workout isn't going to do that. It all comes down to what are your other workouts of the week look like? How does it pair with this? And how's it going to progress you forward? If you were to do this workout again, that would mean, okay, maybe instead of 3 to 4 sets, I'm going to do 4 to 5 sets of it. Or instead of doing 10 to 12 step ups with the back lunge, I'm going to do 12 to 14 the next time. And you're continuously having to add on to that. Or the next time you go out, take some weights with you. So those are just things to take into consideration. Anytime you see a workout that says, this workout is going to build strength, is that particular workout in and of itself going to build muscle? No. Is that workout, if you pair it in with another program and you have it set up in a way where you're working out consistently, and that's just a good part of the workout program, is that going to make you get stronger? Yes, it absolutely can. So that's the thing that I kind of, when I see workouts posted on articles online, just, it's not false advertisement for most of us, but it can be for some. It can be very misleading, right? Of, oh my God, I found this workout, so I'm going to start doing the same exact workout 3 times a week for the next 1 month. You have to make sure that you're progressing and making it harder. You cannot do the same exact movement, the same exact weights, the same exact reps every single time and expect results to happen. So just keep that in mind. That's my breakdown of this workout. If you have thoughts or you have seen a workout that you would like me to break down, I would love to hear it. You guys know how to reach out to me, but if you don't, you can email me, Kindal@fitwomansweekly.com, or you can slide into my DMs. Specifically, I am most active over on Instagram at Kindal Boyle Fitness, so check me out over there. And the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys, I made a note of this last week, but if you missed it, starting November 4th, I am launching Ignite 30. The Ignite 30 is a 30-day training program and challenge for only 50 women that want to come in. I have created an amazing 30-day training template for you that shows you which days to work out, what days are rest days, what days are stretch days, and I've even given the specific workouts. You have the ability to talk with me all 30 days. It's an amazing program. I'm also giving you Fit Quickies, which means small little fitness challenges to do each day. It's a new one every single week for the 4 weeks, and nutrition challenges too, because if you want to see amazing results, you can't do that without tweaking your nutrition a little bit, right? They absolutely go hand in hand. And here's the best part. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I stand behind this Ignite 30 program so much, is that if after the 30 days, you don't like the challenge for whatever reason, you didn't see the results that I promised you, you don't feel good, you don't feel any more fit, all you have to, or you just didn't like me. Okay, I'm not for everybody, that's cool. Then all you have to do is say, hey, Kindal, it wasn't for me, I want my money back, and I will refund you the $97, no questions asked. But I have a feeling that you're gonna love it, and that's why I'm giving this guarantee. So Ignite 30, by time this podcast is released, should be available. It will be available. I will have the link down in the show notes. But again, it's only available to 50 people. So don't put off. Don't say, oh, that sounds like a great idea. When I get home, I'll check it out. Because we all know when you get home, you'll probably forget, at least if you're like me. So just go ahead, check it out right now. But if you have questions, again, feel free to reach out. We can even chit chat over the phone about the Ignite 30 if you have questions and you want to talk to me about it. All right, guys, thanks so much. Make sure subscribe to the channel. Make sure to leave a review. And if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to comment down below. And I would love to know, who is your favorite person when you are online looking for workouts? Who are some of your favorite fitfluencers that share the best total body workouts? What is it that you look for? Kind of what are the parameters? And how are you working out right now? Are you following a program? Are you designing your own workouts? Or are you finding random workouts from these influencers that you like to follow? Give me the full rundown. I want to hear from you guys. All right, that's it. Go embrace the suck. Do something new, which could be the Ignite 30. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be hard. It is a challenge. So there is going to be a little bit of level of suckage there. But if you're a woman who loves a good challenge, loves being pushed outside of your comfort zone, that is one thing that I can 100% guarantee you I will do for you. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.